So my capstone project is titled as a customer segmentation project. So what here I'm trying to do is identifying customer segments which will help to boost sales of a superstore. Here I took a superstore data set and worked on it to create customer segments and clusters and make business decisions based on that. So for this one I used Python for data analysis. And I have imported some libraries which I'll be showing in a bit in my code. So the main goal of this project was to analyze the customer behavior and find meaningful groups that businesses can use to make smarter marketing and sales decisions. So businesses often struggle with understanding who their customers really are. So not all customers are equal. Some buy more frequently, some spend more, and some stop buying altogether. So this through this project, what I'm trying to aim is to answer a few questions such as who are the loyal customers and who are at risk of leaving your superstore, and who should we target with promotions. So for this one, what we did was segment the customers using RFM metrics, and after segmenting the customers, I applied a k-means clustering to cluster those customers and derive actionable insights for business strategy. Um, so the dataset is called Superstore Sales Dataset, which I got from Kaggle. This includes transactions, order dates, like product details, and all these things. There are around 10,000 records, and it covers fields like sales amount, quantity, customer information, and all those things. So what I did was it's already a structured data set, great for a beginner friendly project. So I focused on the fields necessary for calculating the recency, uh, frequency, and monetary values. So the first step was to clean the data. So I converted the order date column to a proper date format and handled missing or inconsistent values. So one important transformation was calculating the most recent purchase date for each customer to compute the recency. I also calculated the number of purchases and the total number of purchases, and also the total amount spent per customer. So what this did is that this gave me a clean and structured table which is ready for analysis. So RFM is RFM analysis is an analysis where we calculate the recency, frequency, and monetary values of each customer, which will help us in deriving help in clustering the customers. So recency means how long has it been since a customer made a last purchase, and a frequency counts how many purchases they have made, and monetary tracks how much money they have spent. So each of these metrics tells us something different about the customer's engagement and value. So after calculating the RFM scores, I explored the distributions. For example, many customers had high recency values, meaning they haven't had purchase in a long time. Some had a high frequency but low monetary, and others were opposite. So this step helped me understand the diversity of customer behavior, and so that justified the need for segmentation. So to group customers into a meaningful clusters, what I did was apply k-means clustering. So first I scaled the RFM values because they have different units. Then I used the elbow method to determine the optimal number of clusters in this case. Four clusters made the most sense since the elbow bent at that point, and each customer was then assigned to a cluster based on their RFM pattern. So based on that, I created four clusters, which is cluster 0 have high value and high frequency buyers. So that means we can place them in a VIP category. And cluster 1 has inactive buyers, so that means they need re-engagement. Cluster 2 has moderate customers, and cluster 3 has a new or a low spenders. So based on these cluster insights, the action that we can take is to, since the cluster 0 can be categorized as the VIP customers, we can uh, reward them with loyalty perks. So we need to retarget the cluster 1 with offers. So cluster 2 are moderate customers, so we can nurture the cluster 2 and maybe turn them into a loyal customers. And since cluster 3 has new or low spenders, we can encourage these customers with discounts to spend more. um, so yeah, let me show my code. For this one, I have imported Python libraries such as pandas, numpy, for data manipulation analysis and numerical operations. For plotting, I used matplotlib, and for statistical plots, I have used seaborn. So here I got the superstore CSV from Kaggle. So I loaded the data here, and I cleaned the data here. And for the RFM analysis, I did take the order date to create the recency value. And so the for example, customer took a customer ID, this one, and this has a recency of 185. So the high the recency value, that means they are not so recent customers. It's been a long time. So this one has much more higher recency, means they haven't spent in a long time, and they are not so frequent, and even the spent value is lesser. So yeah, we can take the take customer values based on this. And then so I did a k-means clustering plot to determine which cluster, how many clusters are needed for this segregation. And based on the plot, 4 made sense for me. And from there, yeah, so these are the cluster segments. So all the green dots says VIP customers, all the orange dots says the customers belong to cluster 1, and all the blue dots says customers belongs to cluster 2, and all the pink dots says the customer belong to cluster 3. So these are how many number of customers are there in each cluster. And these are the customer value, RFM values per cluster. uh, s- um, so cluster 2 has high monetary value, uh, averagely high monetary value, and such things. um, yeah, so since high frequency and monetary means that they are your loyal or VIP customers, and cluster 1 are customers at risk. And moderate means we can nurture them and make them into a loyal customers, and new customers belong to cluster 4. Yeah, thank you everyone. Please let me know if you have any questions.